Hey, Bubble Butts, it's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Basketball Wives Season 11, Episode 5 review. Do not forget that part 1 of my interview with Kiki Jabbar from Love and Marriage Huntsville airs tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time, so please check it out. Part 2 will be out Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time. All right, you guys, let's get into this review. So we start off with Evelyn FaceTiming her daughter Shanice, and brings up the fact that, you know, her and Jennifer are good. Like, they're working on their friendship or whatever. And Shanice was like, you know, I think it's a bit much for y'all to be kikiing, you know, start saging the house before I arrive. Evelyn feels like it's almost like she cheating on her daughter, hanging around with Jennifer, because she don't want it to be a situation where Jennifer over there to the crib and Shanice pop up and it's just going to be awkward and all this type of stuff. This is my thing, though. If my daughter got an issue with you and ain't gotten over it, I don't know if I could still be hanging around you knowing the things that you said about my child and knowing that my child is still affected by that. Like, let me know, because for a minute there, you guys know I stopped watching Basketball Wives. Have Shanice and Jennifer ever sat down and had a conversation about what was said? Because I feel like a conversation needs to be had between the two of them, but I don't know if I could rock with you. Would y'all be able to be cool with somebody that your child doesn't care for? Let me know. So, Brooke hires Jac'eil. I don't know what this girl name is. The first episode, she pronounced her name as Jac'eil. Everybody been calling her Jac'eil, so I don't know if she just said, forget it, let them call me what I want to call, what they want to call me, but I'm going to call her Jac'eil. So Brooke has hired her to do her hair. She wants something different. Jac'eil is a hairstylist. She got her own hair care line and everything from where she's from. And they sit down and talk, and Jac'eil tells Brooke that she got a calling on her life. And Brooke tears up and starts to cry because, you know, she's thinking about her daughter. And she says that she realized through this process that she's stronger than most people. And I have to say that she is, to even just be standing up, walking around and talking. Because, baby, I would still be somewhere in the fetal position. So Jac'eil asks how she and Brittany can reconcile. And Brooke was like, I'm not going to be anybody's punching bag. She also goes on to say that the reason why she stood up is because she was trying to protect herself and to see if Brittany was okay because she was drinking a lot. I don't think that was why. I think you stood up because you stood up. You're reactionary. I think that's why. Where was I at? Jac'eil also learns during a conversation via Brooke that Brittany was the one that body shamed her first, because Jac'eil has had an issue with that. I don't know, you know, if that's just something she doesn't like or she got body issues. I don't know. Brittany meets up with Jac'eil. They go crystal shopping, and she breaks down crying about her custody battle and how it's, you know, just weighing on her. She just spent like $50,000 or something on lawyer fees, and she feels like she wouldn't be going through any of this if she would have just stayed with old boy. And, you know, Jac'eil tears up as well and tells her, you know, she's doing right. You know, you shouldn't have to feel like you had to stay in a bad situation or in a situation you didn't want to be in order to, you know, have a relationship with your child or whatever the case may be. I don't know, based off, you know, the things that I've heard about Brittany and how she glorified, from what I've heard, forgive me if I'm wrong, that she kind of like glorified going after athletes and stuff. I feel like it was a situation where she met an athlete, she got pregnant, she thought that was going to be her ticket out, and it didn't turn out that way. And I think that she's suffering from that decision now. Am I wrong? Y'all let me know down below, because like I said, I don't know much about this girl. So Jen goes over to Evelyn's house and tells her that the dog that her and her boyfriend Christian were buying came about to be a whole scam situation. The people scammed them out of like $750. They ghosted them, wouldn't respond, this, that, and the third, and her feelings were so hurt. And Evelyn was like, girl, like, how many times you gonna get scammed? Like, you just got scammed written across your forehead. Like, what is going on at this point? So Brittany invites Jac'eil, Vanessa, and Clayana out to play basketball. And Clayana asked what's been going on. And Vanessa was like, Evelyn ended her engagement. She took her ring off. And Jac'eil in her confession was like, Vanessa always in somebody's business. If somebody ain't pulling your collar, don't bark. I get what you're saying, but y'all on a reality show, man. Clayana wasn't around. She asked what's been going on. She told her. It wasn't like she was like straight talking about her. She just told her what was going on. It's not a big secret. She said it on camera. Make it make sense. Like, come on now. Jac'eil kind of getting on my nerves a little bit now, her lately. Looking like Glorilla. Don't she remind you of Glorilla? They look like they could literally be sisters or cousins. They talk alike, the same body weight and all type of stuff, child. So Clayana explains the situation with Jennifer when they met up. And she was like, don't question my relevancy. So what I was doing was saying, what is your relevancy in the group? And then I said, you don't have any children. Of course, I don't feel like you're obligated to have kids just because you're a woman. Vanessa was like, I think some of the women thought you were kid shaming her. So I thank you for clearing that up. Jac'eil was like, people, they can't have kids automatically think that. And Clayana was like, that's idiotic. And I don't think that's idiotic. You know what I'm saying? That is a natural thought that someone would have. I felt like Clayana was on the defense. But just as much as Jac'eil always saying people need to mind their business, you always jumping in something that ain't got nothing to do with you. You always got something to be said. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the pot calling the kettle black at this point. So Jac'eil is trying to talk and Clayana is trying to get her point across via talking over her. So Jac'eil was like, you got to let people talk. Do you feel like when Jennifer was leaving that you could have stayed in your seat because it seems like you must have said something. She must have said something to piss you off so bad. And Clayana was like, yeah, don't get out your seat and walk away still trying to talk mess. Now, y'all let me know because y'all know I review so many shows and watch so many shows I can't keep up. But wasn't she the one still talking as Jennifer was walking out? Like, you the one that escalated that situation by following her and then pushing her. Like, come on, bro. Like, take accountability for that. So Vanessa was like, do you think you owe her an apology? And Clayana was like, no. So Vanessa brings up the Brooke and Brittany situation of it all. And Jac'eil was like, I met with Brooke and we had a conversation about you and about body shaming because you made me feel some type of way. She said, Brittany said my body was botched and that's why I said something about her body. Brittany says she said the saggy titty comment first. Of course, the producers play it back. And in fact, Brittany was the one that said something about Brooke's body first. I think that Brittany don't really remember everything that was said that day because she had, a few drinks in her. But once again, Jac'eil makes situations that ain't got nothing to do with her an issue. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, mind your business as well. So Brittany begins. No, I'm sorry. Clayana in her confessional says, basically, we talking about semantics at this point. For me, it was always Brooke getting in her face. And I agree because I feel like, yeah, they were arguing, but Brooke standing up is what took it to a whole nother level. And I need for somebody to understand that and recognize that. And it's also seeming like now Jac'eil is leaning more towards Brooke's side of the situation when in the beginning she was team Brittany. So it's just like, stay out of it. Stay neutral, So I kind of get why Brittany kind of side-eyeing Jac'eil at this point. Because, like, you coming for me, you coming for Clayana. But in the beginning, all of us was clicked up. But now it seems like you going over there to this side, which is all so ignorant and childish at the end of the day. But it is what it is. So Jac'eil was like, Brooke said she got up because she wanted to see if you were okay. And Brittany at this point is getting aggravated because she was like, were we at the same event that day? Because everybody, switching up, aka Jac'eil. Clayana looking at her like, yeah, girl, I peep game. We on the same page. So Cleanna was like, yeah, this is what I can't deal with. Like, she can't deal with the fakeness, okay? I myself am starting to look at Jac'eil a little sideways or whatever. I think if I was a new girl on the show, I would probably be cool with Brittany. I would probably be cool with Jac'eil. That's it. Vanessa crazy. But Vanessa is a loyal friend. I'll say that much about Vanessa. Vanessa is the type of friend you want by your side because she gonna get down to it, honey, and she gonna ride for you. So I'll probably be cool with Vanessa too as well. So Evelyn tells Vanessa and Jac'eil when they go exercising together about Jen getting scammed out of her dog. And so immediately Jac'eil and Vanessa wondering who paid for it, because they feeling like, was Christian behind this? Like, come on now, like, this is a big coincidence. And to be honest with you, that'll be the first thing I'm thinking of too. Because I bet you she was the one that paid for it. I bet you she was the one that paid for it, child. And I could so see him setting up some stuff like that and pocketing that money. I really honestly do. Because I feel like that boy using her. I mean, anybody with two eyes in the brain can see that. So what's her name? Evelyn, like, why would they think that this boy gonna go through the links to do all that? She just dated a man that went through the links to do all of that. This is what people do out here. Like, so don't act like this is just outlandish to think something like that. So after that, we meet Vanessa's husband, Isaiah, for the first time. And he an eye looking dude, you know what I'm saying? I can see that he could still pull, some women out here. Didn't really get much on their relationship. It seemed like they have fun with each other for the most part, but yeah, you could tell why she owned him the way that she is. So before they eat dinner, Vanessa tells Jac'eil in the kitchen how she investigated Christian and got a whole file on this man. And Jac'eil is just like, oh my God, why are you telling me this? I don't want to know this. Like, oh my God. Now, would I have gone to the extent of what Vanessa has done? No, absolutely not. Would I have been grateful for this information if I didn't know it? Yes. But if I did know it and you went to that link, like, girl, you got too much time on your hand and you need to mind yours. It's weird. So Vanessa tells Jac'eil that Christian did 10 years in a prison. He lied when he said he only got 2 kids. He got a 13-year-old, and that he changed his name. Yeah, red flag, red flag, red flag. I'm not dating nobody that didn't change their name, okay? Especially if they'd have been to prison. I can understand if you had an ugly name like Dwight, Eugene, Elgin, or some stuff like that. Okay, I could get that, okay? But yeah, red flags across the board. So Jac'eil is like, I don't want the file. Don't give me the file. I don't want to even know what I know right now. So Jac'eil ends up meeting with Evelyn and Brooke and tells them that Vanessa investigated Christian. And she was like, we don't need to tell Jennifer. And Brooke was like, we absolutely need to tell her. And you need to tell her so you can really show her that you got her back. You know what I'm saying? And Jac'eil just like, oh my God, like, why me? We just got back on the same page. So Vanessa wants Jac'eil to be there when she tells Jen about this whole situation. But Jac'eil don't want it. She do not want to be a part of it at all. And she like, leave me out of it. Mind you, they're all taking a cooking class together. But Evelyn and Jennifer aren't there. I think Evelyn had to go out of town or something like that. So, Jac'eil arrives first, and she says in her confessional that she's just planning to stay away from Cleanna at this point because she felt like when they were at the basketball court that she tried to low-key come for her. And Brooke arrives and doesn't speak to Cleanna. Jac'eil does a vote to see if they should wait on Brittany to arrive before they start the class. And when she gets to Brooke, Brooke was like, who? Just petty. So then Brittany arrives, child, with this wig on. Like, first of all her wigs have been busted, but this got to be one of the worst ones. Like, This wig was giving me like Mary, what was her name? Mary Kate Letourneau. What was that one girl in the 90s? The Jersey Lolita or whatever. The Long Island Lolita. The little girl that slept with that older man and then shot his wife. That's what it was giving me. It was like, girl, where are you going with these big bangs, with this big bump in it? And it was just giving me love and marriage, like Peg Bundy realness. I was like, yeah, it's hard times over there in that household. I see why she crying all the time, child. Woo! So apparently Clayana had been texting her saying that Brooke was talking about her. And I don't know if she was talking about her because it could have very well been edited out. We only got to see 3 minutes of probably an hour or so time that they spent together. But Brittany was feeling some type of way because Jac'eil was over there laughing with Brooke and stuff like that. She just feel like Jac'eil at this point is kind of like being funny and fake. So Jac'eil invites the ladies to Arizona for a girls trip. And the girls, you know, like, okay, great. Brittany really don't want to go and be around these chicks, but of course she gonna go anyway. So after they get done making their meal, Brooke blesses the food, but Brittany refuses to eat her food because Brooke was the one that did the blessing. Now, the way that they cut this scene, it was obvious that she said to Clayana that she wasn't eating her food because Brooke blessed it after they'd left. Child, she didn't say that while they were all together. It was obvious that they cut that the way that they cut it. So the ladies end up leaving and they leave Jac'eil and Brittany there. And Jac'eil in her confession was like, Brittany and Clayana were definitely talking and Clayana was probably in her ear lying. So I already know it's some bull-ish in the making. So it's already like the line has been drawn in the sand between Jac'eil and Clayana. And I'm like, Lord, where did this come from? Like, y'all ain't even got no reason to be feeling no type of way towards each other. So Brittany feels like Jac'eil is being funny and switching up. And Brittany was like, me and Jackie had a really good time, but today I don't feel like she was unbiased. And I was like, how? Like, are everybody just getting their feelings? Like, what is going on? Because I had been seeing, like, in the press, Jackie was kind of like saying little stuff to allude to the fact that her and Brittany don't get along. So now this makes sense of where that issue gonna come from. And it's just like, I feel like everybody low-key is making up imaginary beefs for real. Because it's like, y'all really ain't got no reason to be mad at each other about this dumb stuff. Especially the Clayana, Jac'eil, and Brittany and Jackie of the situation. Like, why are y'all mad at each other? Y'all ain't got no reason to be mad at each other. Everybody go sit down and take some NyQuil and go to bed, please. Anywho, overall, I'm going to give this week's episode of Basketball Wives a C+. It was, almost like a filler episode to me. But, yeah. Let me know down below in the comment section what y'all thought about the episode. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.